Dr. Kristen Jacobs from Ooh La La Spa, Anti-Aging and Wellness, and welcome to Real Talk with the Doc. I have special guest, Sean Huneke.
Huneke.
I knew I was going to mess it up, I just asked. So Sean came to us, I don't know, before the holidays, I would say.
November.
And he was peddling some CBD, and you know CBD is the buzzword right now.
It is.
And so what was interesting about this, because we've looked at it for a couple of years, and we thought, it's the buzzword. Do we really need it? Do we really want it? But why we chose to partner with this company is because of the quality. So if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then tell us a little bit about the company, and then we'll talk about the individual products.
Sure, yeah. So name's Sean Huneke. I'm the marketing director for BeLeaf Life Oils. The company, BeLeaf Company, has been around since 2015. Mitch Myers is our CEO. She's a local Glen Carbon resident. We have, actually, Dr. Kristen's neighbor as well. So we started back in growing plants for kids with strictly epilepsy. We have been licensed by the Department of Ag since 2015 and grown plants for kids with epilepsy since 2016. Once the Farm Bill passed in 2018 of December, then we expanded our products to being able to sell directly to retail outlets and also consumers. So that's a little history of our company. But Mitch really got into the business to help kids with epilepsy, and that was very important to her. And still is to this day as well. So that's kind of where the start came from, and now we're expanding our footprint in the St. Louis metro area, and very happy to be here in Ooh La La Spa.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about the history with. How did she even come up with this? That it would help kids with epilepsy. I mean, that to me, again, I know Mitch, and I'm not just going to bring any kind of product into here, but that really seals the deal for me that this is a real product that can help not only that, but it can help so many other things that we'll get into. But tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, well, actually, Mitch was retired. She moved out to Colorado for in the early 2000s, and that's right whenever Colorado was going medical and rec. And she just talking with people out there, that it really became a keen interest of hers. So she came back and she wanted to, kind of put into action what she learned out there, and teamed up with the right individuals out here. And then, one thing led to another, and she, we're all in now. So
I think it's so exciting, and I know that she's helped hundreds, probably thousands of kids out there with epilepsy. But talk about the quality and the actual, like you always say, seed to what do you call it? Seed to sale. So talk about that, because I think, as I said, CBD is everywhere, and you have to be very careful with where you purchase it, because you're probably, if you're not getting it from a good provider, you're probably getting just a bunch of baloney. Yeah. And you've heard me say that when you watch my shows. You've heard me say that about everything: our products, our supplements, our services. Even you really want to make sure that there are studies to back it up, that it really will give results, and you're getting quality ingredients. And that was the other thing that just 100% stood out for me: the ingredients that you guys have.
So we seed to sale. So what we do for that, we're a little bit unique from our from our competition, because we grow all our plants indoor. Knowing your source of where your hemp comes from is extremely important.
Yes.
So we grow everything indoors, hydroponically. So basically what we do is all of our plants, once we move it from our nursery to our vegetation room, we clip our stems, bring it back, and we just clone our plants again. So we don't ever use pesticides. There's obviously a lot of competition out there. So as a consumer, it's very important that you know where your hemp is coming from and how it's produced. So.
And you also have a lot of testing going on,
right?
And that again stands out. So there are just so many things that make. Well, again, I don't bring in anything that I don't feel 100% comfortable with.
Yeah, transparency is very key in this industry. We test all of our oils twice. We test it after we extract the oil. we get a third-party lab going through the testing, and then also we test it again after we formulate our products and make sure that the dosages are correct and they align with what is on the packaging. So.
And what I love is that you can actually scan. This is one of their products, but you can scan this little thing and it'll take you to the testing.
Yeah,
correct?
so that's our QR code. Each of our packages will have a QR code and a batch ID number. So if you scan the QR code with your cell phone in your picture setting, then it will take you directly to the test results. Or if you go to our website, you type in the batch ID number, and that'll take you directly to the test results. And that'll tell you when it was tested, and you know, all the ingredients and the dosages, the exact dosages of everything that's in that
That's great.
particular batch.
Because I would imagine some of the products, most of the products that are not as quality control as this, is that there probably isn't any actual product in there. I mean,
There could be, yeah. I mean, you just have to know your brand.
Mhm.
You make sure you do your due diligence and research on the company before purchasing.
right.
So
Okay.
yeah, there are some companies that bypass the testing, and you just want to make sure that when purchasing CBD that you have that transparency and that's available for you.
Right. So let's get into some of the products.
Yeah.
So I love that we have this little setup here. It's so pretty too, and the packaging is beautiful. I forgot to we'll grab a modified too.
Okay.
But the packaging is absolutely beautiful. And in a consumer's I'll go and I'll pick the wine bottle that I like
that
because
looks
it's pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like it.
Well, we're very proud of our branding, and Mitch Myers comes from a branding background, a marketing background. So, of course, we're gonna make sure that our branding stands out. So I'm glad you were able to.
Yes. Okay, so talk about. Do you just go through
Yeah,
and tell us all about everything?
So we have a variety of different products. These are our wellness boosts right here. These are great for anyone new that's wanting to try CBD, that's not quite willing to make the investment towards a full bottle, or people that are on the run that are looking to throw this in their gym bag or throw it in their suitcase that don't want to take the full bottle. So this is it's called our wellness boost. This is one serving. There's 25 milligrams in this, and it's a great starter tincture. Also, we only have 3 that are up here right now, but we have a total of 4 of the BeLeaf Life Oils lines. We have a 1500 milligram, a 750 milligram, and then also a 500 milligram. And that's for full spectrum, so that's the full plant that's in the bottle. We also have an isolate of the BeLeaf Life Oils. The difference with the isolate versus the full spectrum, the isolate just removes everything from the oil other than the CBD, whereas the full spectrum has the full plant, including trace amounts of THC in it. We also have the balm. This is great for any muscles that are achy. People with arthritis are big fans of this as well. You apply this to your skin. It has a great smell, and a lot of people really rave about the benefits that this helps with in terms of soothing aches and pains.
And I know Rob swears by it. I mean,
Yeah.
he uses it all the time, and he was just telling us a minute ago that he'll use it before he goes to work out, and he feels like he can stretch a little bit easier. And then, of course, after workout, it just makes him be able to move a little bit easier.
Exactly.
I had a little bit of back pain, and I used it, and I do think it helped. I mean, I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah, no, that's what we're looking for, and that's what a lot of people are using it for as well. I have a couple customers as well with MS that they use this for as well, and it helps kind of soothe their muscles as well. So they never go anywhere without this. And then so our tinctures, it has a very earthy taste because we're not adding anything to our bottle other than strictly the CBD, or the concentrate of the CBD, and then also just coconut oil. So it has a very earthy type of taste. It bothers some people don't care about it. But those who may not want to have that taste and are more used to taking capsules, we also created the BeLeaf capsules as well. They come with 60 capsules, and there's a total of 20 milligrams of CBD in each capsule as well. So we try to make sure we're covered on all aspects of the consumption. Also, we don't have up here, but we have the Dream capsules. That is that's a fairly new product. We started producing those, I think, in November, and have been seeing great success with that. And that really just helps with aiding folks that have issues sleeping. That will have 25 milligrams of CBD and then 5 milligrams of melatonin. So, for anyone who needs to take it every night, do as necessary, or those, if you're just feeling a little restless. Sometimes I feel restless at night and need a little extra help falling asleep, and it usually kicks in about 15-20 minutes. So.
And I had my son take it right after he broke his leg back in November, and we actually did the tincture and we did the evening time. And as you can imagine, the pain he had and the anxiety that he had after the broken leg, I felt like this was a great way to relax him, help him sleep without giving him a bunch of pain meds, which we never did take any of the heavy pain medication, just a little occasional Motrin and ibuprofen, and I think this helped overall with everything.
Yeah. And that's what we love to hear too. Any way that we could kind of use natural healing methods, that's kind of what we strive for. So
So then we also have the Modify. And this one is more medical-based packaging, is how you describe it. So tell me about that.
Yeah, so we created the Modify brand. For places, we had a lot of doctors and physicians and chiropractors that wanted more of a clinical type of look with the packaging. All of our Modify is an isolate, so there's no THC in any of these right here. But we created the Modify brand for those type of industries that are wanting more of a pharmaceutical type of look. So, so we have a 1,500 and a 3,000 milligram in the tinctures, and then we have the 1,200 for capsules for that, and then we also have we have the balm as well.
So you mentioned THC, and you said these are the isolates. So if somebody was to be drug tested or something, we know this is the one that you should be taking.
Yeah.
I can't remember if you said with the other ones that you potentially could have a positive test.
So all of our, legally we can only produce CBD and sell CBD that is below the 0.3% threshold of THC.
Okay.
So when we test it, we ensure that those amounts are accurate. However, whenever you're being tested, if you can't have any traces of THC in your system, then we highly recommend going the isolate route.
Right.
Just to avoid any type of conflict whatsoever.
Right.
So.
Just to be on the safe side. And you said you do have it in the Modify, but you also have it in the BeLeaf brand as well.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So I know I hear a lot about how CBD could make you feel funny, or people ask that question all the time. So let's address that because that's not the case.
Yeah. So there's no psychoactive effects whatsoever. You can take the whole bottle and still not feel any type of psychoactive activity. It's a non-psychoactive element. So don't worry about feeling funny or weird. Your body's gonna appreciate it and will thank you for putting it in there.
And we can't really say that it treats anything.
Right.
However, we can say that it helps, like the few things that I said, helps with pain, helps with anxiety, helps with sleep. What are some other things that people may utilize the CBD for?
Overall health, it has a lot of great health benefits for you, but the key components that a lot of people are seeking relief from are anxiety, depression, stress, inflammation, sleeping disorder, nausea. There's a long list, and like I said, the FDA does not, they're not behind this yet, so we can't make claims. We are just purely, providing feedback of what we are hearing from our customers or what are produced through third-party surveys.
Right.
So.
Let's see. I had another question and I can't remember, so I'll think of it in a second. Because we talked about drug testing, we talked about how you feel. What other things make people hesitate buying CBD?
I think the saturation in the market. Right now that's a big. I don't know if you want to say a problem, but there's a lot of different brands out there, and it's hard to know, who's a reputable brand and who, is legit. So, I just advise anyone that's considering taking CBD to do your research on the company and, make sure that exactly where their hemp is produced, and make sure that it's clearly labeled with test results, and you're able to that they're very transparent as a company. So do your homework, do your research, buy from a trusted retailer. Such as BeLeaf.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You also mentioned a patient of somebody that you knew that took it for a while and said, "Oh, I don't know that I'm seeing anything," and then stopped. So tell me about that story.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah. I'll just call him out. It's my dad. So, and Huneke, shout out
my
to
dad.
you. No, obviously, he was a little skeptical at first when taking CBD, and being that I'm in the industry, I was able to get him to try it, and he didn't realize he wasn't, he didn't think he was feeling, the effects of it. However, whenever he went on vacation and forgot to bring his CBD, then he started seeing, his arthritis kind of flare up again, and also, don't want to get too much information, but he's diabetic, and his numbers were starting to spike again. So it really helps him throughout the day with his joints. And his pain, throughout, he's played soccer his whole life, and those aches and pains are catching up to him, so, but it really helps him get out of bed in the morning, and helps with his joints, so,
Good.
I'm sure there's a lot of other people too, so, that feel the same.
Well, thanks, Dad, for letting us share your story. One thing we did forget, pet CBD.
Yeah, so we created a pet CBD line as well, and, your pets have the same endocannabinoid system as us humans, and the benefits that we see from CBD also helps benefit them as well. So we have a 500 milligram bottle with different serving sizes for them, for your pets, obviously, because they're each going to be different weight. We wanted to make sure all your furry friends are nice and relaxed as well.
And I will tell you that I did try it on my crazy dog, and he figured out that I was giving it to him. So that taste we were talking about, right. I have tried several different things and can't quite trick him enough to take it. So I will continue to try, and somebody mentioned maybe putting it in the peanut butter. I haven't tried the peanut butter yet. He does like peanut butter, so I might try that. But that dog is just wild. So if it works on him and I can get him to take it, you will have the best testimonial
Please write us a testimonial on that one.
Because he's a wild animal.
Yeah.
So what else, any other comments, anything else you want to just leave our allow people with?
No, get in here, check it out. For those who aren't used to, if you haven't bought a full bottle yet, I would recommend starting off with maybe a wellness booster so you get the taste of it and see what the effects of it is, and then from there you could go ahead and see what dosage that you want. We have different price points for each of our dosages. I would recommend, if you're looking for, a new brand or try CBD, come in, start small, and build your way up.
And we have great brochures here from them. So that's what I really like about the company is when I know I'm getting a quality product, I know that you're, the way that you are producing it is absolutely 100% on, and that is being tested, and I think that's so important. So if you, certainly you can ask us on here or ask us privately, or just pop in and grab a brochure. And I assume you guys have a website too, so you can check out.
BeLeafLifeSoils.com, and we have all of our information there, and we have brochures and also product catalogs here that have a little bit more in-depth information as well. Just ask Kristen for it.
Yeah, excellent. So thank you so much for
bet.
being
My
on
pleasure.
the show.
Yeah.
And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call at 618-288-9117.